welcome back to another video. Bit of a mess around in the games room today. Got some stuff I want to get done. So, I need to clear this corner out over here. Because I've got some new furniture arriving from IKEA, that should be it today. Some new shelving. Of course, my little unit and my PS3 storage unit, they're just rammed now. Totally rammed. So, I've ordered a few more billies, stuff like that. Yeah, so get that cleared out. When they come, we'll build them up, chuck them in place and start filling them. Should look alright. Then I've got a new console, but it was a cheapy buy. It sold as working, but when I've opened it, I have a feeling it's not going to be working properly. So we'll have a look at that, mess around with it, see if we can get it working if it's broken. And then I want to get my Atari working on the big screen. And it's composite. And my big screen doesn't take composite, neither does the OSSC. So I've got some other bits and bats, got a few options. So yeah, we're going to get that working on there. Not so I can play it on there, by the way, but for recording purposes, so I can capture footage. Because my capture card is plugged in after the OSSC. So that when I capture footage, I can get scan lines, etc. on it. And yeah, I could just unplug my capture card, plug it into my composite setup, but I'm not like that. I just like everything ready to go. Don't like pissing about. I just want it to be there, ready. Touch a button, off you go. So yeah, I'll get this corner cleared out first, and then we'll probably mess around with my new console until my furniture arrives. That's all spare, like, don't worry. Bits and bats everywhere. So yeah, new console just arrived. Bought this as fully working, tested, etc, but no cables. And it's coming in post and it's got all these damn stickers all over bloody CD flap. Look at the state of it, man. And some of them are coming off, well, I'm going to say easier than others, but look, what a piece of shit. Why have they done that? It says no damage as well, so I think other than a few cosmetic scratches, not damaged. So we'll see. This is not a good sign, this. But yeah, no cables with it, so I'll dig some cables out. It's only a standard figure of 8 lead. Got tons of them lying around. And the joy of one of these models is they have a SCART connector. So the other CDIs, I think maybe there's another one that's a separate size one, it's a bit thinner, it's a 220 or something like that. That's got a SCART, but all the others are just composite outputs, so yeah, it should be alright. Came with a, just showing you there, but it's a mess, is this? It's going to need a proper clean up. But yeah, it's got a video cartridge in the back as well, which you need that for a lot of the FMV games. So yeah, pretty cool. Get these stickers off, get it plugged in, get it wired into his SCART connectors, and we'll give it a shot on here, make sure it works. I've only got one game at the minute, I've shown it in a Pickles video before, but yeah, Mad Dog McCree, covered in dust and cobwebs because it's been down on the floor. But yeah, I've also got that new storage now, so I'm going to make some sort of a, I don't know, display for my light guns and shit over there somewhere. We'll get to it. This is going to be a fucking... Why have they done this? One piece of tape surely would have done the exact same job as all this shit. Fucking knobheads. And when I clean all this residue off it as well. What a stupid fucking thing to do. Some sellers are just retarded, aren't they? They're literally fucking retarded. They really are. I mean, the only way to get all this residue off realistically is like rubbing alcohol or goo gun, but I'll have a tendency to pull off this sort of print, and when you use it on plastics it has a tendency to slightly change the colour of plastics, especially rubbing alcohol. Gives it like a greyer tint. It's not massively noticeable, but it's noticeable enough. I'm going to get this cleaned up, I'll get it plugged in and we'll come back. That looks a bit more presentable now. Nice to get off with that, to be fair. It's taken me like half an hour. And you can see it like leaves a different colour. Can you see where I've cleaned it down? It's like a greyer. So yeah, not a big deal. I've got some I forget what it's called now, Aerospace 303, something like that. It's like a car plastic reviver. Does a really good job, brings stuff back to really deep black, fills in all scratches and stuff like that. It's really good. But before I get deep into cleaning it and making sure it's all in nice condition, let's see if it works. Yeah, that rain out there, it's proper hammering it down, man. So yeah, I've got it plugged into my SCART switch, which goes with these TVs over here. So let's see if it powers on. And it does. CDI, it's going to be play. Right, let's turn the telly on my channel. Should have a menu when this turns on. I had my SCART switch over, so that should have indicated that. Yeah, and we got a menu, nice one. So, I don't have a remote for it, and I don't have control for it, but I got this cheap, and I mean cheap, so I don't mind that. We're just going to work with what we've got. But, moment of truth, does it play a game? I'm not really that bothered if it does or not. It powers on, which means the circuitry's alright, we've got an output, so, you know, all the chips are alright. If it's a disc, if it's got a bit of a laser problem, something I'll be able to fix that, no worries. So yeah, what we've got so far is good enough for me anyway, but let's try this, let's see if it plays. I think Peacekeeper will work on this TV as well, to be honest with you. So light guns won't work on this TV, like your traditional, like, I don't know, Sega light phaser or something like that, won't work on this TV. What are you doing, trouble? Got a kitten, by the way. My daughter's got a kitten and it's just run under a cobweb and got covered in it. Look it off, go play. It won't leave me alone. Yeah, so this light gun, the Peacekeeper, should work on this TV because it works through a receiver box. So it doesn't actually use the signals from the TV to work. Basically, it works off of this receiver box. So you can use these on flat screens. I'm pretty sure I had a CDI hooked up to a plasma. So I had a CDI and a 3DO both hooked up, and I had them on a plasma, I think. Pretty sure light gun worked on it. So yeah, anyway. And all that. Let's get the disc. Let's get it opened. Yeah, the tray's not working very well. It is quite a common issue with these. It does stick. There's a belt on them. So yeah, again, not really that bothered about that, it's just a belt issue. See if it works, see if it loads. For the price I paid for this, that is not a big deal at all. So, play. It should just load up. If the disk drive works. Doing something. What it's doing, nobody knows. Take ages to these old CDIs to load up. Yeah, it should have loaded by now, I'd imagine. It's spinning though, it's doing something. We'll see. Turn the volume up a touch. This cat won't leave me alone, it's a pest. It's in everything. Where you going? Look off. Yeah, so we've got a few problems with this by the looks of it. stop it. Open it. So I can hear the sound coming through the TV. So it needs some work on this tray. Not the end of the world. Bit disappointing, so I wanted to play the game. But not the end of the world, man. Error has occurred reading your disc. It means the disc is there. The disc isn't there. The disc is absolutely fine. Which means the laser's dirty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it apart. I'm going to have a quick look at the mechanism. See what's knackered on that. It looks like from here. It looks like the belt's gone on it, but I'll have a look, see what's going on. Yeah, strip it down and see. So I just whipped the cover off. I don't know if you can see this, but just that. That's the belt. I believe that comes around a roller here and around this drive. So if that's not connected to that, obviously it ain't going to be turning it, is it? So yeah, I'll have to open that up, see if I can get that belt around there. I don't know if I'll be able to do it without getting it. I might be able to get in without actually pulling the drive out. I hope I can, because it means pulling all the front cover off to get the drive out, if I remember rightly. But yeah, what happens is, as the drive closes properly, it should pick up on all this stuff here, which clamps the disc. You see, it just picked it all up. That should clamp the disc in place. And then your laser's here, and that should spin out and do all the reading. But if your drive ain't closed properly, you're not getting a good grip on the disc probably. So yeah, probably a bit of two things. Laser's probably a bit dirty, because I mean, just look at all the shit inside that. It needs a good clean out, does this. So yeah, laser's probably dirty, which too many jobs to clean that, as you can see. Real nice, easy access to it. But yeah, I'd imagine it's also. And then we'll try and get that belt back on and in place. And then we'll try it again, see if it works. Should have. I don't know if I'll be able to get it on without opening it. Don't know. We'll see. Right, so I had to pull the front off, as you can see here. Yeah, I couldn't get to the belt itself was stuck underneath the mechanism, so I couldn't get to where it was stuck without pulling the front off to get to the bottom of the mechanism. But as you can see now, before it used to bounce back out, now it all locks in place, everything does what it's meant to do. So, you know, it's in position, it's where it needs to be. So, just need to give it a quick clean using some IPA, get that lens wiped down. Only use 99% stuff, 70% stuff leaves like a weird residue on lasers and stuff like that. And then after that, hopefully it should work. If it works, then I will order a new belt for it, because see if I can get a better angle so you can see it. So you should be able to see the belt right here. And when I open it, it's got a hell of a lot of movement. Get that plate out of the way. So this belt here, I mean, it shouldn't be like overly tense, but that is a lot of play. So as it goes in and out, there shouldn't be that much bounce on that belt. So yeah, as long as it works, I'll order a new belt. It's only too many jobs to change them. It's not major. If it doesn't work, then basically it's the laser. From what I can see, everything else seems to be powered nicely and all the rest of it. Actual main board doesn't look bad, it's just a power board that's covered in shite. But there's a big vent panel on top of there, and the whole thing is just covered in smog. So yeah, it's from a smoker's house, you can smell it. As soon as you opened it up, you could smell smoke. So that kills lasers. It gets like a film on top of lasers. So fingers crossed, we clean it up, get it back together. It should work, man. Right, so the belt span off pretty much instantly as soon as I powered it up, and it did it under its own power, it just flips it off. So definitely needs a new belt, far too slack. But press pause, that should lock in and spin now. And it does. And it said play. So let's play. Let's see if it reads. Can't see if the laser mechanism's doing up from there. Yeah, it does. And we're off. You can tell it. So that's all it needed. It just needed laser cleaning basically. I'll order a new belt. And it's about, I don't know, a couple of quid. New belt, some of note. But for the price I paid for this with the media cartridge in the back, I tell you, I got an absolute steal, people. Yes, I need a remote control. Yes, I need a control pad. But it was an absolute steal. A decent one of these with controllers, etc, etc. You're looking at a couple £100 normally. And I got this for double figures, low double figures. So it needs a clean, but it's alright, it works. That'll do for me. Such a cool game this. It's so shit in reality, but it's like really iconic. I remember playing it in the arcades. They used to have like a Quasar, or a Laser Quest, I think it was Laser Quest that had this. They had a massive lobby at the front, and this would always set up in there. And yeah, expensive, but like £1 a go. But yeah, cool. Anyway, fully working, just needs a new belt. The motor works and everything else, so happy with that. Happy with that. Sound. Put it back together. Delivery's arrived, so back off. Let's get these tracked together. So I've got a little unit, same as that, and then a full size one I'll go next to it. Won't take too long to put them together and get them on board. Stuck in. That's it, unit's in place. Just got to drill this one to the wall. And now I'll screw through these all together, sort of solid. Yeah, looks quite good that. I've doubled my storage, what I already had. Of course, I've got two half size of these either side of my TV unit. And then I've got that there, so pretty much doubled what I already have. So it should keep me going for a few years hopefully. But today, the next part is getting the doors on. So for this little one, I'm going to take two of the doors off these big units I've got over here, because IKEA now sell full length doors in this colour. Before they only used to sell the full length ones in white, don't know why, but now they sell them in oak, so I've got two full length oak doors. And this one, I've got half glass, so the top half is going to be a display unit of sorts. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet though. So we'll get these doors out, get one. But Stu, I thought you didn't want glass because you didn't want your games to get faded by the sun. Correct! But I'm seeing all these lovely shrines in people's games rooms lately, and I'm like, I want one. So yeah, we're having one. And to stop the sun fade, we've ordered this. This is museum grade anti-UV protective film. So it should be, I haven't opened it yet, but it should be totally clear, and it will protect anything inside from getting damaged by the sun. The other thing I'm not keen on with glass generally is I find it distracting. So if I'm playing a game and I've got all my games out in front of me, I find it distracting. But where I'm putting the glass doors, back there, I'll only see them if I'm purposely looking that way. So yeah, it seems like the ideal space to put a little shrine of some sort. Or maybe just put my PS3 games on display, because that's my favourite collection. So I might just put some of my favourite PS3 games on the top shelf. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, we've got this stuff. Museum grade, clear coated tint film that stops UV rays. No idea how you put it on, so unlike when I was putting the billies together, I will actually have a look at the instructions on this. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I'll crack on with it. Right, I've always thought this looks really quite complicated, this. Maybe it's easy, maybe it's just me, but when I've seen people like tinting car windows, I always think, wow, that looks like an ass of a job to do. So anyway, we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. If we fuck it up, don't we? What's the worst that can happen? See what it looks like. It says on the thing it takes a couple of weeks for it to dry out fully and the haze to go away. There's a tiny little air bubble here and there. But yeah, not much. And to be honest with you, not that bothered if it's got an air bubble here or there. It is what it is. I'd rather have that sun on my games. And if I'm not happy with it, I'll just rip it off and I'll put some normal doors on. But yeah, looks alright. Looks alright. So I'll do another one. We'll get it all home, get some shelves in. Shelves are good, isn't it? So this one went way easier, doing the film on it. Yeah, they do look a bit hazy, but there's not many bubbles or all like that. There's any odd little bubbles. But it does say they'll dry out. So yeah, we'll see how it looks when it dries out. A couple of weeks. It says 2 to 4 weeks actually. It says it tends to dry out. But yeah, it looks alright, man. I'm happy with it. Tell you what, people. It's not too bad. I didn't bring him in a bit. Tell you what. I reckon I'll fit another billy in there. Where's my tape measure gone? Tape measure. So when I did my initial measurements before I placed my telly, I was about 2 inches too short. I think the angle I've got my telly at must give me more room. So yeah, I've got 300mm there. And a billy comes off the wall, off the skirting, just under 300mm. So I reckon I can nudge that over just a couple of mil, give me a bit of breathing space. And 800 comes up to about here. So I'll fit a billy in there. So I think I'm going to order another one of these. I won't be able to get doors on it, but I'll use it for my light guns. I'm going to put some shelves up here and just put all my box light guns down here, and then build something to cover this up down here. This is my satellite receiver units. Shown it in a previous video. So yeah, if I just get another billy, hack the back out of it and build something to go along the front to cover this bottom section up, then I'll have a ready-made unit that fits in nicely with all these. I don't have to fuck about making something. Because I'd much rather just buy something than make something. So yeah, what I ever buy now, it's not another fucking 150 quid. Anyway, finish off today. I need to drill that to the wall. I need to rob some doors off these, put the big doors on, so we'll do that next. And then just put some shelves in. I've got, what do you get, 2 with that, 4 with that, and I've got another 4, so I've got 10 shelves. Probably a bit overkill in all honesty. Yeah, let's get on with it, get the doors done. I'm going to need to rob some of the fixings off this picture as well. Up. One off. Cat's cushions. Yeah, all these PSP games here, I think I'm going to put them in that end cupboard over there, and I'm going to use this for Blu-rays. I think my Blu-rays are in that one in a minute, and then it's nearly full anyway, so this will be Blu-rays, that'll also be Blu-rays, and I'm just going to put music in both when I get my separate unit. So anyway, it's a long way off, is that? A long way off. I'm very careful here, I don't want to smash my TV. Right, big door on. What are we doing? Lovely. Now, most people think that don't look any different. Because in reality, it don't. The ones just had a line across there. But because the other ones weren't made to go like this, they used to overhang by about that much, and you couldn't see like the wheels on this from over there. So yeah, it's tiny little modification, but it makes a big difference to me. I do prefer having one big door. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So same on that one, little doors on that, and we're done. We're done. That's where we're at. Fits in nicely along there, doesn't it? And as it goes round, TVs, etc. And then TV unit. Loads of shit all over the floor that I'm tripping over. And then storage on both sides. Obviously I've got to rip these 2 doors off. Put a big door on. That's my next job. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. It looks alright. And I'm really happy that I can fit a billy down here, because it means I don't have to make something. Well, a little bit of tinkering on the bottom. I'll have to cut quite a bit out down there and make some sort of false panel for the bottom section. But yeah, not too awkward. Might even be able to use them 2 doors I've got. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Let's get on now. I want to get that Atari wired up. So let's do that next. Right, so we're on day 2 now. It took me absolutely ages to clean all the shit up that comes with these units. There's so much cardboard and wrapping and just shite, and it went everywhere. By the time I'd moved all my cupboards about, so I have taken all my games out of here, they're in the cupboards now, so that's just Blu-rays in there. So yeah, we'll have a look at them afterwards. But yeah, want to get this Atari running on the big screen. So, a couple of options. And I have got a couple of backup plans in case this doesn't work, but I bought an add-on board for my OSSC. So I'll tell you what, we'll turn the camera around and have a look at this. So yeah, this is like, it's pretty much the same as OSSC, and you can actually take this off and stack them. Comes with like a joint power cable as well, so you can use the same power cord, but I don't want this up here onshore, I want this to be underneath my cabinet. So this basically converts either composite or S-video, and it'll give you an RGB SCART signal or a component. audio out over here as well. Now you can use these standalone, so you can just, you know, take your composite signal and get an RGB SCART signal and plug it into a CRT or whatever. And I think there is some sort of line doubling features if you use these buttons here. There's a menu, there's a booklet comes with it, there's a menu for line doubling, but I'm basically just going to use this, plug it straight into my SCART switcher and then run it through my OSSC afterwards. Could put it straight into the OSSC, but I'd be bypassing my SCART switcher then, so I wouldn't be able to run my Atari 7800 on my CRTs if I did it that way, which is why I'm putting it before it and, you know, messing around with it. So anyway, let's get it plugged in, plug the cables in and see if it works. So, seems to have a bit of an issue. Works absolutely fine on here. Doesn't work on the B&O. That's a bit strange. Does it work on the big TV? Let's see. Troubleshooting, man. All good fun. Not good fun at all, but you know. Right, so big TV time. If I put the OSSC on the right channel, oh, there we go. We have got a lovely clear picture of the 7800. Nice cock on. Scan lines on. Obviously you can go lighter or darker with your scan lights to make it look cooler. Yeah, happy with that, man. So now playable on that TV, on that top TV there, which will be like refresh rating on you. But for some reason I can't get it to play on a B&O. I have had connectivity issues with a B&O in the past though, with the Super Nintendo. It didn't like the SCART cable I was using, so I'm wondering if it's something similar. I'll have a piss around with it and I'll find out. So we got it. Seems like the third SCART port on the Bang & Olufsen doesn't accept all forms of SCART signal. So the middle port, the first two, by the looks of it, do. So I've just changed which socket I've got the video auxiliary on, and now we've got it. All three of them, all working lovely. Last thing to do is check if it records. So as you can see, we've got the signal up on the laptop screen as well. So I'm just going to record it and see what it does. It should play alright, like, but... You feel the lag on the laptop? So laggy is the laptop footage. Sound, man, happy with that. All seems to be playing alright. So, good stuff. So I'll just give you a quick look at what's in cupboards now I've finished sorting them out. So this is all Nintendo now. So Game Boy, Colour, Advance. My lone SNES game, I do have some more, but I'll do a pickups video. NES, coming along nicely. N64 on the bottom, and a little GameCube collection. But I'll fill this up pretty quickly, I imagine, again. So, you know, we might be moving stuff about to fit stuff in here, there and everywhere. But yeah, plenty of games in there. This one's only over retro, basically, or cartridge-based retro. So, Atari at top. The amount of Atari 2600 and 7800 games I want will probably just about fill that shelf. So, I don't foresee me needing any more space for that. The next two shelves, Master System, Mega Drive, yeah, I reckon I'll fill them quite rapidly when I start buying. So we'll see how it goes. I can always double stack them if I really need to. Or I'll fine tune them, get rid of the games that I'm not 100% sure I want, stuff like that. And bottom, I've just got my 360 stuff in a minute. But again, that'll probably move at some point. I'll probably put them in another shelf. And this will probably be all Sega and Atari with this one. And then the last one, I'll just move the camera. So quite awkward to film is this one, but top shelf at the bottom half of this cupboard is going to be a PS1. I've put that on the top shelf because it's always a wider shelf if you have it set up for Blu-ray type cases or DVD type cases, and you can actually fit 2 rows of PS1 in there. So yeah, that'll be enough PS1 for me. I don't think I'll ever go bigger than that. And then underneath that, PS2. I will probably fill both them shelves with PS2. And eventually the bottom shelf will be PS4, PS5 stuff. That may also go into another cupboard at some point. And then we've got the main of my collection, realistically, my PS3 stuff, which is up above. So I'll just pull the camera out again. So yeah, that's the bulk of my collection really. So all big special editions up at the top, PS3 games. And the next 2 shelves are all PS3. Pretty full at the back up to there. I can fit about another 5 games on that shelf. And just a few special editions in front. Some of my nicer ones I like. Bottom shelf is PS4 up to about here, and then PS5. Well, it's probably a bit further on actually, because it's got the VR games in there as well. So yeah, nearly a full shelf. PS3 is going to be my biggest collection in all honesty, and I will definitely fill that shelf with PS3, no worries. And I might fill some more. I'm probably going to need some more fucking storage at some point, but it'll keep me going for at least another year, will this? And then we start looking at what we've got. So, as I mentioned earlier, by the way, look at that. So, that's my little PS3 shrine. And it's dried out quite nice now. Like I said, this is day 2. I can't see any bubbles or out in this. I say it's dried out alright. There's tiny little imperfections, but nothing that draws the eye. So I'm quite happy with that. As I said, I'm going to put another Billy bookcase here. I think I'm probably going to put one on the other side of my couch as well, just to even it out. So I will have loads more storage for the rest of the shit I buy. Because you know what I'm like, I just buy stuff. And the cupboard on the right side of my unit, that's totally empty at the minute. It's just got a few CDs and tape packs and stuff like that in it at the bottom. But main of my music's still downstairs. I haven't brought it upstairs yet. Until I've got a separate system up here, there's no point. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm probably going to leave this video with some footage of the 2600 running on the capture card, so you can see what it looks like, what it's going to come out like. Because yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. They all look smart. It looks really good on all 3 TVs. It looks particularly good on the Bang & Olufsen though. That composite to RGB modification really has made an improvement. And I haven't got it line doubling or like that using that, but I did try the line doubling mode and it looks absolutely amazing on the Bang & Olufsen, you know, without using the OSSC and all the rest of it. So well worth having one of them units if you just use them for converting your composite up to RGB. Really is a nice little unit, is that. But do you know what, I think that's probably about it for the next couple of months in what I'll show you. I will be doing other bits and bats, but most of it's just behind the scenes sort of stuff. So NES needs RGB modding, my N64 needs RGB modding. I want to buy a couple more better cables for certain consoles and stuff. So it's just little bits and bats. I'm still spending money and upgrading my room, but you won't really see the benefit. I will, you lot won't. So yeah, a bit of tidying up to do. Next main thing I want to do in here is get somewhere to hang all my controllers, because at the minute they're just shoved in a box. And it's annoying me that they're all just a mess. So it's been a big thing for a while, but I wanted to do that and get my guns out on display. So yeah, I want a new Billy unit for the year, but I also want some sort of gun rack somewhere. But even though it's a really big room, I'm kind of running out of space in all honesty. So I'm going to have to do some fine tuning. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!